Hello, everyone. It is Saturday, November 4th. We are a little early. It's 5:54. It's almost 5:55. Hope you're having a great weekend out there today. I'm going to answer some of your questions. So far, we've gotten a few good ones. First was how to remove financial blocks. That's always a big one. Also, Laura, she just asked, I may know the answer to this, but I would like to know what strategies you use to stay on track so you can manifest your desires. Good questions. So I'm going to get to both of those. If you have a question or a comment and you're watching this live, just drop it into the comment box up there, and I'll be able to see it as we go along. If you're watching this later as a replay, that's okay. We love you too. And you have a question or a comment, or there's something that you want to talk about, just leave it below this video. And we check them every day, so we'll get to that. All right. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to pull up I'm going to make this an announcement so that everyone can find it. So there we go. So we should be streaming now in the community, and we should be at the top of the group. I just pinned it as an announcement. Okay. So if there's anything you want to talk about, again, just leave it below. We can have dialogue as we go along here. We are live. It's 5:55 on Saturday evening here in Cleveland. It's a beautiful day today. So why don't we just jump into it? The first question we got was about financial blocks. So let's talk about that. You know, money, finances, wealth, it's a frequency. So many people have this negative attitude towards money. A lot of people were brought up that way. You know, money is evil. People that have money aren't trustworthy. There's all sorts of things, and those things stick with you through your entire life. And there's so many different ways people have to release these blocks. And for me, I'm never a fan of things that are long-winded. When it's a big, long process with 50 steps, that's ridiculous. You know, digging into your past to uncover some locked away memory that's been the whole thing holding you back from becoming whatever it is you want in life. It's healthy to know where a limiting belief comes from. If you haven't done any work at all, then it's good to start there. Most people think you need to dig deep into your past and you need to relive the pain every single time you work on your money mindset. Well, that's not true. And it's probably one of the main reasons that the money situation most people have is not good. When you keep drudging up your past, you keep those feelings active in your vibration, which then turns into a loop of low vibe negativity, and nothing changes. The point of clearing money blocks is to stop keeping those low vibration thoughts and feelings active and clear. And what you do then is you clear the field, okay? You'll wipe everything clean. That way you can introduce new positive and abundant thoughts and feelings. And you can record over those old limiting beliefs in your subconscious. Remember, your subconscious is programmed before you are 10 years old. You're not mature. You're not an adult. You're a little kid who wants to live with the decision you made when you were 5. But that's what we're doing. We are living with decisions we made when we weren't mature. So what I thought I'd do to answer your question is I'll give you some blocks, some things that I have used as favorites of mine, things that our clients use as well. Now, one of the things that's important to do is to declutter your life. I wrote a book a few years back called Declutter Your Mind, and it's true. When you're manifesting anything in life, but especially money, you need to make room for it. And you do this by decluttering everything physically and mentally in your life that no longer serves you. We have so many things we're using our life force energy to hold inside us. When we get that energy back, we can add it to the life energy we're using to focus on our goals. Start by doing the obvious. Just clean out your closets, your kitchen, your car, whatever. It's a great habit to get into. You get rid of anything that no longer serves you in life at this level, and guess what? It'll start happening at the deep soul level as well. Clean your house. Clean everything. This clears your mind of things that have been sitting way in the back. When you want to declutter your life, it's time to to look at leaving old memberships, to sites that you don't use anymore, hobbies, groups that no longer interest you, services that you no longer use. One of the things, I used to be such a horror movie fan, I cannot watch those movies anymore. It's the weirdest thing. I grew up and I was a horror movie junkie, but I can't sit through those anymore. I've left it behind. It's something I no longer need. That sort of violence and those sort of things that I used to just love. Now, I don't want to be anywhere near that stuff. So get rid of the things in your life that no longer serve you. Get rid of old friendships that don't work anymore. Get rid of the ex that you keep stalking on Facebook to see every moment what they're doing. Get rid of the programs you offer that no longer match the level that you're working with your clients. Whatever it is in your life, it's time to declutter. Now, another great thing to do if you've got blocks with money in your life is to let grudges go. And I'll tell you why. Forgiveness is underestimated. Most people don't want to forgive other people. They want to keep that poison, that negativity. And that's exactly what it is. You're poisoning yourself. One of the greatest things I have ever been able to do is the ability to mentally protect myself with like a force field, a cloak, whatever it is. You do this mentally. And when somebody says something and they try to hit you with their poison and their evil, it just bounces off. Psychologically, it's a trick. But it keeps you from absorbing the poison, from absorbing the nastiness these people are putting out. So one thing you need to do is you let grudges go. You learn to move past things. And you realize that forgiveness really is the best way to set yourself free from whatever it was, from whoever it was that's holding you back. How you can clear your money blocks by using forgiveness is easy. Add it to your gratitude journal. If you do that every day, I do, just spend 5 minutes, write a huge list of every limiting belief with money you've ever had. Think from birth to present day and anywhere in between. Try to do this uninterrupted. Sit down and do it. Then, when you feel you've gotten everything out, big, small, insignificant, humiliating, and on, read through them yourself. Read them out loud. I'll tell you, when you say things like that, you take away the power. All those things you were afraid of confronting, just dragging them into the light. Many vanish just from that. They can't stand. They don't hold up once you pull them into the light. Say, I forgive you. I love you. I'm sorry. Thank you. Whatever you need to say. By the end of the list, you'll feel, I promise you, like a weight has been lifted off of your shoulders. What else can you do? How about be grateful? Thank your stars every morning. Another underestimated tool is giving thanks for everything in your life that you currently have. I talk about this every day, but when you are grateful for what you have, you get more things to be grateful for. You're putting out the vibration of gratitude and you get it back. More things to be grateful for. Gratitude is the highest frequency for attraction. You literally become a magnet when you're in true gratitude. And most people, a lot of people, when they hear law of attraction, they're turned off immediately. They think it's some new age thing. But it really is the subconscious mind. It's the power of belief. I know so many people that find it so hard to get into this practice, but once they do, it becomes a habit, like it is for me. To make it easy, you can start with the people in my life that you're most grateful for. That's what I do. What do I love about them? That will give you the momentum, pushing you forward. Then you can go into what you're grateful for in the past, the present. But remember, it's dangerous to spend too much time in the past or in the fear of the future. The present is our only moment where it matters. It's the only entry point where you can get in and change the future. Because really, there is no future. When it gets here, it will be now. And there is no past. The past is just former nows. So now is our only time, but we keep putting it off. We want the next moment. You need to care for yourself. You need to love yourself. The more you take care of yourself, the more that being taken care of, it reflects back to you. The secret is not to try and find someone who will do it for you, but give yourself all the love, the nurturing, the patience, the pampering that you require as you move through life. The deeper you can give to yourself, the deeper you can receive love, nurturing, patience, and being taken care of by money, people, life, and the universe. The more you give to yourself, the more that you get. So sit with sadness, sit with fear, sit with that fear of scarcity, and hold space for yourself while you're struggling. Don't dismiss it. Journal how you're feeling, all the crazy, all the bliss, all the uncertainty, and then release it. Book the massage, book the facial. Let yourself relax. If you want to take a day and watch Netflix, then embrace it. Don't feel guilty about it. Accept it. Talk sweetly to yourself. Look in the mirror. It's so hard. Look into your own eyes and tell yourself that you're proud of you, that you love you. And as you do that, as you look into your own eyes, it gets easier and easier to look in the eyes of other people. It gives you what some people call charisma, that magnetism. You walk into a room, you see that person, they look like they're looking into your soul. That's a confident person. And that confidence, some people are overconfident for no reason. You've seen those people. You look at them and they have so much confidence that they shouldn't really have. Confidence is one thing, but that charisma, that magnetism, that comes from being okay with who you are, being in love with who you are, knowing that you, even though you have faults and there's things that you're working on, that you are an incredible spiritual being. You're having a human experience. It's not the other way around. Maybe you need to get intimate with your money. What you think about, you bring about, right? What you focus on in your life grows. So instead of letting yourself be on autopilot, which is what we do 80% of the time, all day long, we're on autopilot. Our subconscious mind kicks in. And when that tape starts running, it's the tape you created when you were a kid. And it's running in your mind right now 80% of your life. It's making you play the same victim card. It's making you not forgive the people that hurt you. It's keeping you from joy. It's blocking you from abundance in every area. It doesn't mean just money. It's definitely one thing, but it's an abundance of everything that matters: peace and joy and bliss, passion. Pay attention to where your balance tends to be. Pay attention to where your money goes, how you feel about it. Do you feel, when you're paying your bills, does it just kill you to let that money go? I love it. I love to put the money out there. And I feel grateful when it's coming in and grateful when it's going out. Start to make that a feeling. Focus on where the money goes. Focus on it's coming in. Appreciate every cent that's coming in, every cent that's going out. It's safe. And we talked earlier about abundance, or not about abundance, about journaling. I do journaling every day as part of my morning routine, and I wouldn't change anything about, I believe that what I'm doing with the feelings I'm creating, that is what has kept me on this amazing path for so long. So whatever works for you, but something that you do needs to be done every day with journaling, with writing. There's power in that. There's power in setting your goals every day. It's just like a physical affirmation. Whatever your goal is, I don't care if it's making $50,000 this month, if it is getting along better with your coworkers, if it's selling your house, I don't care what it is. Write down your goal. Because when you write it down, it gets you to focus. It reaffirms what you want. And then energetically, it sets you up for the day. And when you go through your days, you'll see on the horizon what you're out to achieve. And you'll set out to do it. Like I said before, what you focus on grows. And most focus on lack by default. That's what we do. We focus on all the things we don't want. We focus on what we don't have enough of. You're never going to get in the vibration and the frequency of abundance if you're living a life of lack. So you've got to work on doing the journal work. You got to work on mining some of those feelings and emotions from the past and figuring out why you've thrown them away into the recesses of your mind and locked them up. Bring them into the light. You can release your thoughts. You can release the feelings. And when you do that, guess what? The chaos goes with them. When you release that crap, all of the chaos, all of the battles, all of the wars going on inside you go away as well. You literally take everything inside your mind and you release it onto paper. That's what you do. But then it becomes a physical release. There's nothing mystical. There's nothing supernatural about this. This is the subconscious mind at its finest, but nobody understands it. I've spent 25 years teaching presidents, prime ministers, celebrities, athletes, all about the power of the mind. It's the most incredible supercomputer ever invented, but we don't know how to use it. We're born with a brand new model. We have no idea how it works. We never get the manual. So visualization is important. It's also part of my morning routine every day. Visualization, it's something I do at the end of the night. The last thing I do before I go to sleep is visualization. Whatever it is that you want, you must become that person in your mind. You must feel it. Like Neville Goddard says, feeling is the secret. It really is, because it creates the belief that is necessary to make this transformation. This transformation is in your reality, but your reality is the only reality that matters. The problem is we're all out there in our own little worlds, and we're all out in this big world. Well, we believe that the outside world is reality, and our inner world is reality number 2. It's backwards. Your reality, the reality that matters, your primary reality is the reality that's going on inside your head. And you are creating that, at least co-creating it. So don't let your thoughts go to waste. Don't let that energy die. They have power. Use them for you. So visualization is a great way to use your imagination as a tool. And to do that, you visualize your goals, especially your money goals. Think back. When I was a kid, I used to play make-believe all the time. And one of the things my dad used to say, because I would buy play money. You know, I'd have all the thousands of play dollars. And my dad would always say, I don't understand anyone who can spend real money to buy fake money. But even back then, I was doing that. That's what kids do. I was visualizing. I was pretending. I was feeling it, right? That was a great thing about being a kid. But the coolest thing about being an adult and visualizing is we can visually create what it is that we want, and then we can turn that into reality. Think about the financial goal that you want to achieve right now. And imagine that the money is in your hand, or you're logging into your bank account. You're seeing the amount when you log in. Imagine the feeling like it's already there. How does it feel? You don't have to worry about bills anymore. You can take care of your family. You can pay for college for your grandchildren. You can pay generations forward. Pay attention to that feeling, because that feeling is going to help you manifest so fast. It's going to help you weaken and then destroy those money blocks. I talk about this every day. There's one last thing you need to do, and it's meditate. Without meditation, you're never going to completely get there, because you're never going to make that connection. Each one of us lives in our own reality, but underneath that, there is mass consciousness. Our minds are connected. And when you go into meditation, you connect to that. You connect to that immense power. And I know people that have had on and off, again, relationships with meditation, but the times that they're doing it, life is amazing. Life is incredible. But then they start to think, well, maybe it's just luck. Maybe, my life's working better now. I don't need to do it. They stop doing it, and then life goes to shit again. I do meditation in the morning. I do it in the evening. I do mindfulness meditation, and I do transcendental meditation. You can listen to abundance meditations. You can listen to money meditations on YouTube. What you believe to be true is true for you. So it's cultivating a mindset of happiness, of abundance, of satisfaction. A lot of people prefer guided meditations. We have some on our YouTube channel And a lot of people like those because you get to use your imagination and you let someone else do it for you. You know, they tell you what to do. Sometimes you're not going to clear those money blocks on the first try. That's okay. You'll get it. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. And that's the truth. So what are the money blocks that keep coming up for you? How were you brought up when it came to the subject of money? Were you taught that money was bad, that money was evil? What is your past with money? Really look at that. Because getting over what you're programmed with by your family and your friends and everything when you're young is important. What are your money blocks? Let us know in the comments. This will work for any of them, by the way. It doesn't matter what your money blocks are, but it's so important to figure that out for yourself, to get an idea of where they're coming from. So right now it is 6:15. So we are Saturday evening, 6:15. You have any questions or comments, drop them below in the comment section. We'll get to the let's get to the next question. This was from, I'm looking at my phone, by the way, so you know what I'm doing. This was from, pull it up. Here we go. Laura, I know the answer, but what strategies do you use to stay on track so you can manifest your desires? Well, I kind of talked about that just now, but there are, of course, things you can do, simple things you can do every day to start manifesting your dreams and achieving your goals. Your dreams are there for a reason. They're inside you for a reason. There's something that you can attain. There's something you should attain. It's your passion. Life is an endless cycle of challenges, really, but it doesn't have to be. What keeps people from achieving their goals, first of all, is they have no clear idea of what they want. Think about it. People get up every morning and they just go on. The day just unfolds in front of them and they react to everything. They're not proactive. They're not creating their day. They are living the day that has been created for them. You have to have a goal. Gavin MacLeod, you know, my buddy from the Love Boat who passed this year, he always used to say life is like a cruise ship. And his explanation was really great. You know, the cruise ship has a multi-million-dollar navigational system. It has an amazing crew. And at night, when you go to bed in your stateroom, you go to sleep in, you know, some port of call, you wake up the next morning and you're at the next port. Every night, you know, the ship's navigation fires up, the ship leaves and arrives completely on schedule. They can almost pinpoint it to the minute. And it's that way with life. You have to know where you're going in order to get there. Imagine that same cruise ship. There's no crew and there's no navigation system. Somebody goes up to the bridge in the morning, they just turn the engines on and they leave. What is going to happen? The ship's going to crash. The ship's going to sink. The ship's going to end up crashed on some shore somewhere because there's no goal. There's no destination. You have to have that. And without it, you're never going to get anywhere. If all you know is you want fancy vacations and you want money and you want time with your family, but you're not clear on any of it, you got to make those desires clear, because otherwise you're opening yourself up to a world of distraction and most of all, a world of inaction. Isolate what you want with your life and then be as specific as you can. For instance, if you want a job at a bank, let's say, write it down. Imagine yourself working that dream job. Imagine yourself going in the morning. Whatever it is that you want to do. During your day, when you're doing something in your normal life, imagine you're that person and you're doing it in the life you want to live. It seems silly, but without belief, you aren't going to take the steps towards action. That's why religion is so powerful. It overrides and creates your belief. But the belief needs to be in you. The more specific that you are, the more you begin to take action towards what you actually want. And I just talked about this, but it's so important is make lists and goals and keep them visible. After you get those goals clear in your mind, write them down. Keep them on your desk. Keep them in your purse, in your wallet. Make sure to keep your list in a place that you have to look at all day if necessary. Jim Carrey came to Hollywood, wrote himself a check for $10 million, kept it in his wallet, dated it, I think 3 or 5 years ahead. Every night he would drive up, sit above the lights of Hollywood, take out that check, and imagine his life. Almost to the day, 3 or 4 days before the check was to expire, the imaginary date he added, he made $10 million for Dumb and Dumber. He understood visualization. He understood making the idea of living in the end as his goal, and he did it. Whatever you have to do to achieve that goal or to achieve that feeling is okay. At first, it's going to feel like nothing's being achieved, but eventually you're going to start knocking goals off your list, and that will spark motivation, and that will push you forward. Belief becomes easier when there's something to believe in. Take the first step, though, in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase like Martin Luther King said. Just the first step. Keeping your goals visible on your desk or wherever will keep them fresh in your mind. It will also make it easier to focus on them. I know for me, I have my vision board. I have my, here above my desk, I have things taped above my desk on the wall. If I don't see my goals, I have a tendency with everything going on in my life to forget them. Not to focus on them. And what does that do? It leads to inaction. If you are serious about manifesting your dreams and achieving your goals, then you need to keep them visible. You need to keep them in the forefront of your mind as much as possible. Fear is the biggest dream killer there is. And fear really doesn't exist. Fear is a man-made construct. When we're children, we don't have fear. We jump out of trees. I mean, we literally put ourselves at bodily harm daily. Some fear is good. A fight or flight response. You walk out of a cave and there's a tiger there. Back in the day, you needed that to survive. We don't need that anymore. But the fear is still here. In fact, the fear is worse than it's ever been. The anxiety, the stress. We're killing ourselves physically by what we're creating mentally. Fear stagnates us, and it does it like nothing else there is. Almost everything in our human experience is based on reactions to fear. But it's not just reactions to fear that have happened and things that have scared us or things we've went through, but terrifyingly, it's also fear of what hasn't happened yet. Stop letting fear control you. We are on a rock that's hurtling through space and time. We're living in the most amazing age there has ever been. Why do we worry about what other people think, what other people say? In 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, who's going to care what somebody else says about you? Nobody. It's going to matter what you did with your life. Are you going to live that life letting someone else tell you how to do it? Worrying about what might happen. What does that do? It traps you. It traps you in a future that's probably not even going to happen. And worrying about what happened in the past, you're living in a world you can't change anymore. I wish I would have, I could have, I should have, I wish I dated this guy or married this girl. Live now. Focus on what brings you joy now. What keeps you motivated now? When you notice you're living in fear and that it's keeping you from achieving your goals, you have to stop mentally and remind yourself that this is your fear talking. Nothing bad is happening to you. And right now you're safe. Eckhart Tolle had a great thing on this. Don't worry about what is going to happen or you think's going to happen, or don't worry about something that's already happened. How do you feel right now? Is your life in danger? What this moment? If you're okay this moment, you're going to be okay the next moment. And worry about those kind of things, the things you can't change, the things that aren't going to happen, and definitely not the way you think. You worry about those things when it's time. Don't drain yourself. You're taking away all the joy and bliss of tomorrow today. You're stealing your own joy. Remember, life is only lived in the present. So you do what has to be done now. You don't fear anything, because what that's doing is keeping you from who you really are. Now, another great thing you can do, and I love this, and this is important, and it's painful sometimes, but you got to start removing people from your life. It's important to surround yourself with positive influences. It's time to cut the cable, get off the internet. It's time to take a close look at what you're doing with your downtime. Is what you're doing every day, is it bringing you towards your goal, or is it taking you farther away? If it's taking you farther away, let it go. Television, movies, the internet, they're fun, but they should be tools. They shouldn't be a distraction for life avoidance. I have no time. But what are you doing with your time? If after you work, you find yourself coming home, eating dinner, and then filling the remaining hours with mindless time wasters, then you better get a clear idea on why you're not achieving those goals. Why are you procrastinating? You don't have to give up everything that is mindless fun, but if it's the only thing you're doing in your life outside of work, man, you got to evaluate how much time you're spending doing things that don't amount to anything. And that includes friends. Take a look at your friends group. Is it filled with people who build you up, or with people who tear you down and keep you rooted to the same stagnant spot? I'll tell you, most people don't want you to succeed because it shines a light on them, because you're showing someone that it can be done, and they don't want to see that. If your friends are only using you as someone to complain to, or if they try to discourage any positive change in your life, I don't care if it's discourage you from quitting drinking, discourage you from making better money choices, whatever it is, that person is not someone you need in your life. It's time to let them go. And I know it could be a close family member. It could be a spouse. It could be. But that could be the thing that's holding you back. It's okay. You don't have to kill them. You don't have to never talk to them again, but you need to be aware of what's happening, because that road to manifestation is blocked. The road of manifestation between where you are now and your dreams, there's a roadblock there. That roadblock is created by you. It's people around you. It's things from the past. Those are all things you can move out of the way. There always will be people in your life you can learn from. There's people you're going to keep. There's some people that aren't meant to be there long term. They're learn and go. You learn from them and they go. Don't be afraid to make changes in every aspect of your life. And that includes how much time you spend with certain friends. My dad always used to say, if you want to be a millionaire, you have to talk to a millionaire, not to a bum on the street. That's true. If you want to be successful, then you're going to go talk to somebody who's done it before. You're not going to go talk to your brother, or your parents are going to tell you every reason why you can't do it, because they never did it. You got to dedicate some time out of your day for self-love, for self-improvement, for self-empowerment. Most people stagnate when they stop learning. And you know what? That is like poison, because it leads to stagnation in every other aspect of your life. It's like when the head goes bad and the rest, it's what happens. It seeps into everything else. So why not pick a new skill to learn? Maybe you've always wanted to learn how to speak French, or play an instrument, or choose something you've always wanted to do, and you learn to do it. Take this time, dedicate this time to yourself. You've given everyone else so much time. Give yourself some time, because you deserve it. Spend some time making yourself better, learning and growing as a person. I don't care if it's taking a cooking class, if it's reading about something in history that makes you happy, even if it's mindless, good, positive things, if it's motivational videos on YouTube, I don't care what it is. Those things will get you out of a rut. Sometimes you're stuck in a rut. You don't know how to get out. It's a little thing like that. Just having some dedicated time for you and for your own improvement that will get you out of it. And not only that, but it's going to give you the biggest rewards you've ever seen over time. This is not a process that's done overnight. What's happening in meditation is you're improving your focus and your ability to put your intention on something and make it expand in your life. The trick is we're all doing that with the wrong things. We're worried about what we don't have, what we don't want, and that's what's expanding. It's creating a mindset where you're laser focused on what matters and everything else falls to the wayside. Once you realize how much you're able to learn, it gives you juice. It motivates you to go forward. And that's what happens. That's how it works. Life is full of challenges, but you can either submit to them and you can let life drag you around by the throat, or you can make a conscious decision to change your habits and start to bring about the life you've always wanted. The best things I ever did in my life, no matter what I was doing all over the world, earning millions of dollars, I was never happy. I was never satisfied. I was smoking. I was drinking. I was popping pills. I was living a life that wasn't in alignment with what I wanted, even on the outside, even though on the outside it looked like it was. What an empty, hollow existence filled with anxiety and stress. What I talked about today are what things I've used, but there are things that our clients have used too. These are simple things you can do to manifest your dreams and achieve your goals. And those will spark the motivation to keep you going on this path to success and keep you there. We have such a tendency as people, one bad thing happens, one thing that's not quite the way we think it should be, and we let it all go. You're on a diet, you're doing amazingly well. You decide you're going to have a piece of pizza, and then you have 2, and then 4, and then you eat the whole pizza, and then you decide you're done. You're so filled with anger and guilt with yourself. It's a man-made thing. You created that. It's self-created. You've done that to yourself. You got to show yourself some love. You got to show yourself some compassion. This is a way of living. This is a system of thought. And it doesn't matter how little you do, as long as you're doing something, Now, I want to give away some copies of my book. The first book that I ever wrote that was successful was The Secrets of Mind Control. The Secrets of Mind Control, this book, it's something that everyone should know now. You know, mind control is an idea. It's fascinated people because when they hear mind control, they think right away of controlling someone else's mind. But the true secrets of mind control is controlling your own mind. Stories have been told in the media and in movies about all these people, who can control the thinking of other people. Now, obviously, we're brainwashed. We're hypnotized into doing things as a society. And there are people on every side of this issue. Some believe it's not possible. There is no mind control. Others believe they can be manipulated by it at any moment. Now, this book is meant to explain the different types of mind control, how they work, and how it applies in your everyday life. If fear and anxiety keep you from dealing with situations and emotions, then this book can help you. It can help you overcome this paralyzing pattern of behavior and creates lasting change. I want you to have a free copy because you can reclaim your life from crippling anxiety just like I did with this revolutionary step-by-step approach. Nearly a third of all people will suffer from severe or I don't even want to say, because it's beyond severe fear. It's phobias. It's panic attacks. It's obsessions. It's worries. It's beyond fear. I want to help you with anxiety because I lived with it like an elephant on my chest. In this book, I'm going to tell you what fear really is, why you should face it, not avoid it, and how to beat fear's ass using gradual exposure techniques. Practical action steps and exercises will help you learn my unique approach to facing fear without crutches or other unhelpful things found in so many other programs in order to achieve a life that is free of anxiety. This work provides a practical step-by-step plan for beating all types of fears. That includes social anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, panic disorder, and phobias. I want you to have a copy. This sells for $29.95 at my online store. Your copy's free right now. If you'd like one, go to brentwebb.com/free-book. It's got to look, the address needs to look just like that. brentwebb.com/free-book. And all you do, put in your email address, sign up. You're signing up for my newsletter. We send out one a month full of tips, techniques, and hacks and things that aren't in our community. These are things that are more in our private newsletter group. And it's absolutely free, but we have a fantastic newsletter we send out once a month. So anyway, you're getting that, and then you're getting the book. The book you'll get for absolutely free. So just go to brentwebb.com, free book, and you can download your copy. Secrets of mind control. And once you know those secrets, your mind cannot be controlled again. When you understand how it works, no one can control your mind. And that's such a huge, huge thing. If you've not joined our Facebook community, that's the hub. That's where it all happens. Everything happens. It's really a revolution. The moment we are born, we're programmed by our parents, teachers, friends, family, society, the world at large. We're programmed. And that programming is destroying us. It's keeping us from happiness. So join our Facebook community. It's facebook.com/groups/students of self-empowerment. Like-minded people banded together, helping and empowering each other to take control of our own minds, thus our own lives, and make the changes necessary to live the lives of our dreams. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have over 300 videos. We have something for everyone. It's youtube.com/BrentWebbOfficial. youtube.com/BrentWebbOfficial. Now, finally, it is almost the holidays. And this year, why not give the gift of transformation? Give the gift of self-empowerment. You don't have to buy anything to support us. Like, share, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. But if you're someone that wants to go deeper, even the most successful people in the world have coaches, have mentors. I have two. Tony Robbins has one. Everybody does. The most successful people understand that there are areas in their life where they're lacking. And they get a coach to help them. If you're interested in my one-on-one coaching program, we call it the Mindset Reset. You can take a look at my website. It's brentwebb.com. And if you're interested in the ebooks or courses, you can take a look at the brentwebb.com/shop. Everything is there for you. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new video. We're going to do a new Soul Sunday. So get ready for that. Don't worry. Be happy. Feel good. And remember, something good is going to happen to you. All you got to do is believe it. Believe it. Belief is everything. Something good is going to happen to you. Just believe it. I'll see you tomorrow.
Just yes or no, is there something that you're thinking of that has to do with a motorcycle or motorbike? Yes. It has to do with, is your wife with you? Yes. Interesting. Has to do with your wife as well. Did you propose to your wife on a motorbike? Yes. Give it 2 applause. Take a seat. So the password to their cell phone. If your password to your cell phone is 4471, just yell out. Yeah. thinking about the city of Westminster. Where is that person, Westminster? Right there in the front. Or near the front, right by you. Good. You can take your hands off your mouth now, it's okay. Pass the mic down, please. What? Is there a 4 in there?
Yes.
And a 6?
Yes.
Think of the street. Edro?
Oh my.
Is that it? Is it Edro Isle? Is that right?
Yes.
You are thinking about a very long series of numbers, am I correct?
Yes.
Is this a phone number, or what kind of number is this?
Delta Sky Miles.
The Delta Sky Mile number. You're just going to answer me after each digit. Are you ready?
Yes.
2,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
1,
Yes.
0,
Yes.
3,
Yes.
3. That's the hesitation. Is it a 4? A 3, 4?
Yes.
7, 9?
Yes.
That's it? Good. Give me some applause.
Bringing back the mentalist, Mr. Brent